This is for Pisces. Maybe you're a parent of a or how do okay, let's start that over. Maybe you are a Pisces parent of an Aquarius child, but this is Aquarius child overview for 2022. So the energy of Aquarius is very palpable in rigidity. It's very different from the Piscean energy that I just read for, or the Aries energy that I read before that. It just feels very strategic, mental, detached, and almost analyzing their emotions in a way as if they were having an outer body experience. So, this could be for you if you are an Aquarius, or if you have an Aquarius child. This could affect any aspect of their chart where they have Aquarius present. It could also be in their 11th house. So, take what speaks to you, disregard, what doesn't. In September, and I have no idea why I'm saying September, but I think possibly if there's themes in January, they may show up again in September. So there's a reason why I said that. I just don't know. Or themes from this past September may replay themselves in the beginning of January. So the beginning of 2022, we see, Saturn doing its thing. Saturn co-rules Aquarius along with Capricorn. And so there's this emergence or this need to strengthen roots, put down roots, strengthen bonds, but really dig deep. Focus on not even tangible things, but logical things that make sense. There is a need to put down roots in things that make sense to their mind. In February, and it could be, I just feel like there's an assessment of their environment, and then they see the importance in January to just double down on the areas that have a level of acceptance or meaning and purpose for them. In February, they are operating out of their third eye, rightfully so, because, we in January and February, we are in Aquarius season and we move into Piscean energy. And Pisces are very intuitive. So you could see your Aquarius child, maybe they have Pisces in their chart. I know that there was some, coinciding of Aquarius in the Pisces reading. So it's possible that there is a Piscean influence in your child's chart that causes them to be have this desire to focus on their third eye. Their intuition is broadening, opening up, sharpening, or they're more in tune to the things that they can't see. And even with that, beyond discerning, maybe trying to I want to say mentalize. I know that's not a word, but trying to communicate something that is metaphoric in a logical way. As we move into March, there is a desire to just transform, move forward, move away from something. Believe that this is the 8 of Cups. So I just see a mental detachment, an observation of something that it's just like, this is crazy. Like, whatever happens, it does not make logical sense for your child to continue investing energy into whatever this is. And they just kind of not shut down in a bad way, but they're just like, nope, not investing any more energy into this, and I'm done. And they just, it's like switch. I just move on to something else that serves me, that catches my attention. But it feels very night and day. A decision is made and then they move forward um, with something that speaks to them. Could be emotional, relational, but I just, the sensation that I'm getting is that there is a situation or a perception that comes to a head. They make a decision and a choice, and in the month of March, they're like, I'm not participating in this anymore. I'm moving forward. And then they go inward. In April, there is a dedicated effort. This is the Eight of Pentacles. Very, it's like they take on that Saturn energy where they're about duty and focus in the things that serve them. So you may find that your Aquarius child takes on a project, takes on an extracurricular activity, but they are hyper focused with it. They are highly invested in it in the month of April. Somewhere in the month of May, it prompts, and I feel indirected. Like an indirect while they're working on something else. It's almost like, oh, like one of those things. So, like, they're busy just, petering away at something else. And all of a sudden they get this aha moment and it strikes an internal healing and I feel like for some it will catch them off guard. It was unexpected. um Either it could possibly be prompted by a conversation or just out of nowhere, like an epiphany will hit them, like, and it will just kind of take over them. Like, it's not something that really needs direction, but it just feels like, like something overcomes them and the work begins. It auto starts whatever healing or new way of thinking that needs to transpire in the month of May. It will just take over. Like, they're already working on something. Maybe you see how this person is like peering through the curtains somewhere. It's like aha, or something that just while they're in action, a revelation comes where it just auto starts a healing process for them. I think this is June we're coming up on. Yes. So in June, don't be too alarmed that there's like stationary energy. They may not want to move anywhere. It's purposeful. They're not trying to be stubborn, but try not to coax them in the summertime. Like, come on, let's go do something. Let's go to a camp, or I'm sending you somewhere, or whatever it is that you may try to do. It's not. Listen to them when they say they don't want to do something. Try your best because they're well intentioned, it's well intended what they're doing. They're not trying to, upset you. It's just they know that their energy needs to be directed elsewhere. Whatever dedicated work that they were working on, I think in April, it carries through into June with whatever healing transformation. So I see them being more homebody, more to themselves in June, more introspective, going inward. If there is a journey, it's inward. It's not an external spreading of the wings. It's an internal diving deep into something, or coming home to something within themselves. Excuse me. In July, it's not bad. This is the Five of Pentacles. It feels good though. Even though they're alone, even though it feels like they're isolated, they have light. I mean, they have the light of the moon, the stars. There's light ahead. This does not feel like somebody left them out in the cold. It doesn't feel heavy or dark. It just feels like they're going. It almost feels like the Hermit card, honestly, where people are not going to be able to understand them, and that's where they feel alone. Where they're going to feel much more comfortable. This is what it is. They're going to feel much more comfortable by themselves because they're the only person who can understand their thoughts. They may even be reluctant to share fully what they're thinking because they already know that what they know and what they're trying to share, most people are not going to be able to comprehend it or, like grasp it, let alone understand it. So they're going to be keeping it to themselves. Yes, there's going to be a level of frustration that they wish that there was somebody that they can encounter, that they could have conversations with about this new topic. But at the same time, they're going to be okay with it because they have the entertainment of the universe. They're not alone, even though they will not be able to have the conversations that they like with other humans. They still will connect with nature or just technology or however it is so that they can still get those ideas out. And you may see them writing a lot more over the summer. So if it's something, especially with your younger ones, if it's something that writing wasn't a thing, you may see an increase in creative writing or typing or something with language transcribing, because who's going to understand this? 1, 2, so trying to remember which month I'm on. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, so we are in August. It's possible that there could be some kind of relationship thing heading, for them. But in August, I feel like there's this picking up of the pieces in August. The tower is something sudden comes to create upheaval. It's like it's coming. Like there's no way to stop this. Excuse me. But I feel like there is a like a regathering of stuff. So I don't know. It's going inward. So I just feel like if there was a collapse of something and not like tragic or catastrophic, it doesn't have to be dramatic or big, but I almost feel like there's an exhale and then there's a breathing in, like letting go of stuff. That's what it is. So there is a releasing of what no longer serves them so that they can build back better. Not trying to use that term. Okay, in a minute I will. I'm recording something. Yes, I will do that. Thank you. But I feel like there's like it's a release only to come back stronger in August. But it's good and it moves them forward. And then these colors feel like a transition because you see how there's purple and light and it's reversed. It's almost like those same colors are in, the next card for September. So it goes from like dark to light, so that's exciting that as one thing ends, one thing is happening. So in September, I feel that they will regain their strength. They will regain whatever energy they need to like really move forward and take the lead. And I believe that they did have the 2 of Wands earlier. Yes, they did have the 2 of Wands. So it's like, give them, by the next quarter, they will have moved into knowing which direction they want to go. It could be, I see a school lead, like a school play, a school project, a school position, like leadership position, like if there's student council, some kind of student and like activity that they take the lead on for some. But I for a lot, I am seeing like some kind of academic leadership, project leadership, extracurricular leadership, but it just feels like a manifestation of action in some kind of group. Doesn't mean that that's for everybody, but it does mean taking the lead. And from what I see, taking the lead with a group of people. That's my chair if you hear it. So in October, things are going to be kind of mute. It's not so much manifesting as much as it is the planning, the getting the verbiage right, for where do they want to go now? You know, they have this fire. It's like, okay, now how do I direct this, or how do I want to direct this? So instead of manifesting like right away, a lot of the focus is honing their gifts, bringing stuff in, you know, where manifesting is going out. I feel like it's kind of coming in. It's going inward to figure and harness that power. In November, clarity of belief again. I think in this last quarter for 2022, I call it quarter three, because I believe that, you know, March is the beginning of the year, but in this quarter four for most people, let me just say like fall going into winter. How about that? So in November, it's like still this pensive energy. We're moving into bringing our energy level down as we move into the fall and winter months. But it feels like instead of clarity of belief, the clarity is there, but it's still like a thinking. This would be like the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot, but I just feel like it's bringing the energy in, harnessing it, and just sitting with it. So then when we get to December for the Aquarian child, what we have is, it's almost like a start and stop. Red light, green light, right? But we have the base chakra and the heart chakra in reverse. So there's a need for balance, keeping the balance. And along with our heart chakra, there's certain things that we don't want to share or let on, that we're feeling. And so this really kind of tells me, you know, because if we're thinking about, well, if you got one foot on the brake and then another foot on the gas, you're not going anywhere. There's this like not a stalemate, but this energy of pause continues through the rest of the year as we enter into 2023. And I don't see this as a I don't know energy. I just feel like this is a intentional pause that will carry them into the themes of 2023, where they're thinking about societies, people, the world around them, how things affect them and apply to them. And there's just this, once they take the lead on something, they've got, you know, this motivation and, you know, this forward dynamic. There's a part of them that starts to go deeper with this information and kind of like tweak it to make it either more individualized, and they want to get that message right, or whatever it is that they want to share. They're just wanting to take the fall months going into winter to really fine tune that. So I see them going into that creative space of just working it out. But overall, it feels like a solid month. It feels like your Aquarius child will just be in a really, you know, good workspace where they're going to be themselves, a level of emotional detachment, logical observation, and working on projects that are specific to them. So let me know how that resonates with you as the year progresses. Again, it's, you know, wherever your child has Aquarius in their chart, even their midhaven, and it could be how it impacts their 11th house, the dynamics on their 11th house. So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching and enjoy your Gregorian New Year cycle. Take care.